My name is Nelson, Dr. Nelson Sechere. I'm the CEO for the Kenya Veterans for Peace. So the message that apart from the mourning that we came to do for our friend here, I just want to say that as the veterans, we support the position of the government of the day. It's very important because, as you may know, veterans are former military people and they remain obedient to the commander-in-chief. In that line, we also support the fact that there is a discussion going on negotiations and agreements to bring about peace. Tunashukuru sana what the President and Honorable Raila Odinga are doing. That is what should be done for any civilized community. We support that in full. Supporting bipartisan talks because that is the only approach to have a solution. Without dialogue, anything cannot go anywhere. We have to talk about it. If we go back to demonstrations, we cannot solve the problem of the day. And that must be very clear about that. Well, the views of the common mwananchi, by law, people who are participating in this discussion are members of parliament. They are elected by the mwananchi to represent the interest of the mwananchi. So the only thing that can be done probably is to have the member of parliament for every constituency or sub-county to have community discussions and get the views and present the parties that are discussing this in the affairs. The new constitution of 2010 is very clear. It has mechanisms for all aspects of people who are in government and opposition. And previously, the president recently was trying to suggest that there could be what we call the opposition office, which is still, well, to me, I think it's fine because you cannot have a winner-take-it-all approach. That's what we are suffering from, this back and forth positions of what we're having. The taxation that has been placed by the government today, if you look at Singapore, for example, Singapore housing arrangement, everybody is taxed 10%. So 3% for a beginner is okay because it may be difficult for a beginning, but in the long run, it is sustainable. From the beginning, it may be a bit stressful, but moving forward is going to be very sustainable because 90% of Kenyans don't have homes. They don't have homes. They are renting or they are staying somewhere that is not their own. Countries that are on the same level like us, for example, Zambia, they are having a similar arrangement for housing. So housing is a primary need. So the government wants to be sure that it's taking care of their citizens. And I think that is from where I sit, that is a good idea. Taxation is not mandatorily a punishment. It could just be the same way you pay taxes. You pay your own goods, you pay your food, you pay your bills. That is part of it. 3% is not too much to ask. We don't have a saving culture as Kenyans. So 3% is well within. If they impose it to be a mandatory law, for those who are employed is okay. But the unemployed, it will be unfair. Looking at the bill is not going to be mandatory. It won't be mandatory because the participation that will be given from the public participation from parliament, what I've seen, it's going to be subject to approval from the county assemblies. And that is not going to be mandatory. It can't be mandatory for everybody. The veterans are facing quite a lot of issues, but we appreciate the government for what they have recently given. From last year when there was the Veterans Bill of 2022, now every veteran has something to take home every monthly basis, apart from the retirement benefit that they already had, the pension. We have, depending on the rank of the officer, there's something small they take home. May not be sufficient, but we are saying for the economy, it is fine. Because if you see the other discipline, for example, the police, they could be in a worse position than even the military. So we are not very happy, but we are saying there's something happening.